Disney has yet another failure on their hands. Disney's Wish came out on Wednesday, and of course, no, I have not seen it. I'm seeing it tonight, unfortunately. And again, I could have seen it 2 days ago, but again, I really don't want to watch this, but it's a big movie, I kind of have to. So I'm not here to talk about the quality of the movie, even though we will get to that in a second for different reasons. First, I want to talk about the fact that this movie is failing at the box office. In its first 2 days, it has only managed to garner around $12 million. Now, considering it was oddly a Wednesday release, I don't understand that logic, but whatever. I'm assuming they wanted to get it out a day before so people could go see it on Thanksgiving. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. I was trying to think, but nope, that's the only thing I can think of. And it's done pretty badly. Hell, it's already dropped to number 3 at the box office for the Thursday numbers. That's what we're talking about here. It made roughly, like I said, $12 million in the past 2 days, so I think it made like $8 million on Thanksgiving Day. Or maybe it was like $3 million. I don't remember exact numbers, but point is, it has made $12 million in 2 days. That's not a good start for any movie. But there's something else that's pretty funny that I want to talk about. Now, critic ratings, critic scores don't mean shit to me. I have said this many, many times, and I will probably continue to say it every time I bring this specific website up, and it's Rotten Tomatoes. Now, like I said, this website's a crapshoot, but there's something I find interesting here. And it was an article that I read that pointed this out to me, was Wish has Disney's worst Rotten Tomatoes score as far as, like, Walt Disney Animation goes, since 2005's Chicken Little, which has roughly around 36%, I want to say. And since then, they have not had a rotten score until this movie. It's hovering around the 50 percentile. I've seen times where it's up at 52. I've seen it down at 46. I've seen it jumping all over the place, but it seems to be around the 50 range. And again, critic scores don't mean anything to me, but again, I just find this fun, and especially since this kind of defeats those claims that Disney pays off critics, because I have seen evidence that other studios have paid critics off for positive reviews. I don't remember what studio it was, but I remember there was damning evidence, including critics that came out and said that they were paid to give it a good review, or they were offered money to give it a good review, or maybe it was they were offered money to take down their negative one. I don't know, something like that. But people have been accusing Disney of buying off critics ever since 2017's The Last Jedi. Now, there have been several times where this has proven to not be the case, especially ones with like Rise of Skywalker, which oddly enough had a very high audience score, at least as far as the verified audience. I don't know what the all audience score is. But the critic score being down in the low 50s, around 51, I think was the last time I saw. But this has also been shown in stuff like Captain Marvel, where people claim that critics were being paid off because it had a 78%. Oh yay, it had a 78%, and audiences had it at like a 40. But movies like this kind of defeat that, especially with ones like Little Mermaid, which were pretty split. And yeah, Little Mermaid, that score was still too high, and the fact that Peter Pan and Wendy's audience score is 11%, while the critic score was at 60, was pretty much expected, but it was still pretty funny. And that's the entire thing with videos like this, where it's just a short rant about something, is because it's funny. Disney keeps losing money. I don't know what the budget was for this movie. Judging from the animation style, it looks like it cost like $30 million. But knowing Disney, it probably costs somewhere between $150 and $200 million. And you know what that means? With $12 million in its first 2 days, it's going to lose, wait for it, a shitload of money. This happened with Strange World. It happened with Lightyear. It happened with all these other inflated budgets that they've had. And not to mention something else, they've already announced Frozen 3 and 4. Now, Frozen 3, that doesn't shock me because that franchise splurges money. But the fact that they've already announced a fourth one to go with it is kind of a damning statement, because that means that they are relying on that franchise to earn Walt Disney Animation Studios money back, because Wish isn't going to do it, Strange World didn't do it, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Encanto, those didn't do it. So, yeah, this is pretty funny, even though this will probably end up getting a Best Animated Feature nomination and all these other ones, because Disney, of course, gets these kinds of nominations. I mean, fuck's sake, I wouldn't be surprised if Little Mermaid got a Best Picture nomination. But that's all I got. What do you think of this? I think it's pretty funny, and I will see you all next time. Bye.